And I got two more on here I actually want to show you. The first one is display participant monitor. I'm going to shut down polling to show you this. Let's say that I want to know in real time. I want to know right now how each student is answering every question. I want to know how Johnny in the back's doing, because he's been struggling, he's been getting D's and F's, and we need to bring his grade up. So if I click on display participant monitor, if I was using a participant list where it says first name and last name, I'm going to see each student's name. And as I click on their name, I can see their overall percentage correct, their total points, and even their average response time. So if Johnny is taking 20 seconds to answer every question compared to everyone else taking only 5, we may have problems. And when I click on the student's name down below, I can see every question and how they answered every question. Okay, so this is the participant monitor. So this will allow you to see how each student is performing in real time without having to wait to generate those reports. Now the final thing on here I want to show you for today is the icon right next to it, which reads Insert an On-the-Fly Slide. So this is actually probably the second most popular option in here besides repoll. So let's say that depending on how your students are answering questions, you want to be able to build your presentation as you go. So when polling closes down, you can go ahead and click this custom question box, and you can build a slide right in the middle of the presentation. So maybe you want to ask something as groundbreaking as how was your day? You'd list the questions up on top, answer choices below. Do notice how I'm not numbering or lettering these answer choices. As soon as I click Inserts, polling now opens up on this newly created question. Students would respond, get the results, and basically I've just built a brand new slide that will always be part of this presentation now. So once again, we had the hide/show, the show bar, makes it disappear and reappear. Toggle between percents and counts, go between percentages and whole numbers. Data slicing allows us to slice the current slide by how the audience members answered any previous questions. Show original chart brings up the original way in which this question was answered. Repoll the current question will allow you to do just that, repoll a second time. Response grid and non-response grid, when you are using a participant list, you can see who has answered the question and who has not yet answered it. Display participant monitor allows you to see currently in real time how the students are doing. So who's doing well and who's not doing so well. And then finally we talked about an insert and on-the-fly slide. This allows you to go ahead and build your presentations as you run through the live presentation. Any questions on any of those icons up there on the Turning Point ribbon that we have covered? All right, everyone. Well, I'll tell you what. Since we do have an intermediate and advanced class, to give you a little bit of background on how we used to do things. We used to have only 2 classes. We had a new user and also an advanced user. And we used to kind of squeeze everything from the advanced and the intermediate into one session, and it was just a bit of an overload. So we separated into 2 classes, and that's why this one doesn't take the entire hour. But I think if we went any further, it might be a bit of a cognitive overload, so we're going to go ahead and stop at this time. Okay, so we covered quite a few topics there, the comparative links, priority ranking, competitions, demographics, as well as the Turning Point show bar. Now before I escape into this sharing mode and upload that training document for you guys, have any additional questions for me?
Not at this time.
All right, very good.